Hello. I've got a double camera situation going here. So, hello, YouTube. Hello, Instagram. And good morning. We have 75 people that registered to be part of this challenge, and I couldn't be more honored and excited. In my previous incarnation of my business, had a nutrition based business and used to run these webinars that 100 people would come to. And I said to myself, I want 100 people registered for this. So maybe by the end of the 3 days, it's not too late to register. We will have 100. Welcome, Sylvia, Katie, Chelsea, Jen, Mel. I can't see your names on YouTube. Oh, hi, Josh. Great. Thanks for letting me know the chat is working, but please chime in. This is a community class. This is an opportunity to feel less alone on your journey of healing and be in community with other people who are like-minded, who are up to the same work as you are. And in fact, the more you chime in during this challenge, the more eligible you are to win. There's two big prizes. Ooh, number one, a full-size bottle of the organic full spectrum hemp CBD that I distribute. This is really powerful medicine for anxiety, inflammation, sleep, pain, and I'm going to give away one bottle at the end of day 3. You've got to be live on day 3 to be eligible and be chiming in and active and part of the community. Our second prize is a full scholarship to my 5-week breath work experience starting on May 2nd. Someone will win a ticket to the experience. And I can't wait to give that away. You must be here live 2 of the 3 days to be eligible for the scholarship and fill out the application on the Hope for Healing page. I will repost those links if you are interested. I invite you to apply. Everyone is welcome to apply. All right, great. I'm seeing comments come in. Wonderful. I am Rai. Hello, nice to meet you if we've never met before. My name is Rai, and I am a guide, a board certified health coach, and a certified breathwork facilitator. I am here to guide you. And the prayer that I prayed just before going live was, show me what it looks like to be guided as I guide. And I'm very much on this journey with you. I'm super transparent about my own healing work because we're never done healing, right? And if you meet someone that says, I've got what you need because I've checked the box on healing, I'm done, I'm complete, perhaps be a little skeptical. We are always in the process of transformation. We are always in the process of healing. Our amazing freaking bodies are regenerating right now. Your body is incredible. Hey, Chris. Hey, Cassandra. You wake me up, says Sylvia. Yes, you wake me up. It's so energizing to be in community with you all. Here's how this is going to go, friends. We are going to spend about 15-20 minutes learning, absorbing, coaching, asking questions. This is the part where you want to interact, where you want to hang out. I'm going to be talking about foundations of healing today on day 1. I have 3 foundations for your healing work. If these pieces are not in place, if you are not working on them, if you are not aware of them, your healing trajectory and journey is going to be a challenge. So I'm giving you some really juicy foundational stuff to support you. It's like, I'm going to stop trying to wiggle the computers around and just trust that if I'm looking over here, you know that you matter. And if I'm looking over here, you know that you matter. And I'll go back and forth. So we are restoring hope in your healing for the next 3 days here. What is hope? Chime in for me. What does hope mean to you? I did the old Google look at the dictionary definition, and some of it is like, I'm wishing for things, right? And for me personally, hope isn't wishing. It goes a little bit deeper than that. Hi, Amanda. I'm so glad you're here. What does hope mean to you? What does it mean to have hope? And where are you at in your hope meter for your own healing? Hi, Kahina. A lot of us have had our hope degraded in the last couple of years, right? We've had our hope kind of watered down, perhaps, based on the challenges of being a human in this life. Sylvia says, hope is the light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, it's the thing that pulls you forward, right? Without hope, if you lose that, what have you got? Yeah, when you don't throw in the towel. About resilience, says Mel, knowing I have agency to change what's not working. Whoo, Mel, yes, agency. What an incredible word. The ability to look forward to the next day. Josh says, I feel like it's putting energy in what you want to happen. Yeah, there's certainly something behind that hope, right? That's propelling you forward. I think we're all in agreement here that hope draws us forward. It, to me, it redefines what's probable, right? We can get real locked down in the factual and the logical. Hope to me is the magic. It's closely related to faith, not quite the same, but they're right up against each other, right? And it opens up pathways to the impossible. Can you believe that today? That cultivating more hope for yourself, for your ability to heal, opens up possibility. It opens up a pathway in front of you. Give me a yes, give me an amen, give me a I hear you, I see you, I agree if that resonates, right? Healing can feel impossible. Becoming whole in a world that feels determined to break us down every day can feel really defeating at times. And I'm here today to tell you, to help you, to breathe the truth in with you that hope redefines what's probable for you, and hope opens up paths to the impossible. Yes. Thank you for agreeing. Hope is possibility, right? Let's believe that today. Let's breathe life in that today. After our 20 minutes of hanging out, coaching, teaching, preaching, we're going to drop in about 17 minutes of breath work together. I'm really excited that you're here to breathe, and I want you to treat this class and the breath work session like something you paid for, like something you invested in today. If you're holding your phone, I'm going to ask you to put it down so that urge to swipe away might go away, and just set yourself up to focus here today and hang out. If you believe that this definition of hope, redefining what's possible and opening paths to the impossible, is something you want to receive today. Thank you for your full focus and attention. So you can heal. You can heal if you have hope. Do you believe that? Now, you'll have to define what healing means to you. And I help you do this inside the 5-week breathwork transformation, right? Everyone's going to have a slightly different definition. I used to think healing meant checking the box on the absence of symptoms, no discomfort, right? No disease, no symptoms, no agitation, no being irritated at my kids 30 seconds after we wake up and I just set an intention to have a good day and now I'm irritated, right? Like, God, how do I heal that? How do I make that go away? Who else has tried healing with the let's make it all go away approach? Let's just zen out, right? We live in this flawed world and these flawed bodies. Yes, miraculous, but so messy, right? And I've had to redefine what healing means for me. It's not the absence of symptoms anymore. It's operating in my window of tolerance. It's being able to be in the messiness and the discomfort of this life and love myself through it, accept myself through it. How does that resonate and land for you? And what does healing mean to you? Hi, Laura. I'm glad you're here. Hope is the deep belief within myself to do the impossible. Oh, yes. That's what we're here to claim today. Yeah, Chelsea agrees. She says healing equals perfection, right? She wants to check that box too, or you've wanted to too. Yeah, and that's so tempting, right? You want to see the specialist, you want to find the right therapist, you want to throw money at the problem and say, like, done, I'm healed, fix me, make all the bad shit go away. So, what does healing mean? Sylvia says acceptance and believing in ourselves is healing. Yeah, and Sylvia, you just hit the nail on the head. Thank you for that. Our first foundation of healing here today, if you're writing in your journal or taking notes, I want you to write this down. Number one, and this is pillar one and week one in the 5-week breathwork experience where you deep dive one pillar per week. Number one is acceptance. Acceptance. What do you need to accept in order to move into healing, in order to embrace richer and deeper hope in your experience. So many of us, me included, are walking around in denial of what's actually happening. This morning, as I was setting this up and the tech part of this whole thing, and two cameras, and things are falling down, and I don't have enough stands, and the whole thing was happening, right? I said out loud, well, I made the dumbest choice to do it this way, right? Was I accepting my reality in that moment, right? And then I started to go down. Then everything sucked. Then I'm super irritated at my family. You got to get out of the house because I've made a poor choice. This is bullshit. Technology's the worst, right? The world might call those moments pessimistic, right? But I'm saying you are not in acceptance of your reality when you look at what's actually happening and you can only see the problem and not see the solution. When you are super focused on what you did wrong instead of where you can show up right. Is this resonating? Give me a yes. What has happened to you, the things that have happened to you, your chronic illness, the abuse that you've endured, those things are not your fault. Can you hear that? It's not your fault. It's not my fault that I was born sensitive to foods and mold and unable to detox easily, right? That wasn't my fault, but it's my responsibility to heal. Katie says, Amen. I'm so glad you're here, Katie. Chelsea says, I want to stop being the victim. Yes. Yes. This plays into acceptance for sure. Denial, avoidance, blaming. Well, if this person, right, if this bullshit hadn't happened, then I wouldn't be in this situation. So if I just try and hold them responsible, maybe that'll fix it. How's that working out for you, right? Or the way we turn it on ourselves. If I hadn't made that stupid decision, if I hadn't gone to that school or moved to that town, right? I do it with the house we lived in that had black mold. There was all these barriers to getting that house. And I fought and I fought and I fought and I pushed and I controlled my way into getting this house. And in the end, 4 years later, this house made me deathly ill. And so how many times have I gone back and said, I had all the signs there. And if I had not tried to control my way into getting what I wanted, I wouldn't be this sick, right? Is that helpful? Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Anybody do this, right? I heard a lot of that growing up. So that's my conditioned response there. That is all constriction and contraction, right? You can call it optimism and pessimism, right? But really, it's denial, being out of acceptance of your reality and being in acceptance of what is happening, showing up in full acceptance. My child is tantruming right now, and I'm showing up in full acceptance that this is what's happening instead of, why is my child tantruming? This can't be happening, right? Do you see the difference? Do you feel the difference here? Where do you do this in your life? Chris is acknowledging, I got a bad case of the shouldas. Yes, Chris, say it. That's why we're here in this community. We all do this, you guys. There's no shame. And isn't this the first step in the 12-step program? Somebody who understands 12 steps, tell me. Isn't there something, accept that you are powerless? Accept that you are not in control of what's happening, right? Other things to accept. Accept that you are human and that this is messy. Perfection is an illusion and a fucking lie, and it keeps us imprisoned. You are messy. You are flawed. This is not a black and white experience, right? Transformation is so uncomfortable. Can you accept that, right? My business coach reminded us yesterday that the caterpillar goes into the chrysalis and it doesn't just turn into a butterfly, it actually turns into goo. It becomes mush. It's a total fucking mess in that chrysalis before it transmutes into the butterfly, right? We've also got to accept that our feelings are not good or bad. We really love to label, huh? Well, I'm really upset right now, so this is really bad, right? I'm crying. This is just not good. How do I make this go away, right? Why am I so emotional? And oh, today's a good day. Things are going my way. I feel good. Everything's good. Whew, I'm in control, right? Great. If I can just keep this going, right? And avoid the la 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 la. Don't want that bad to come back. Don't want that bad to come back. Yeah. Feelings and sensations are neither good or bad. They are part of your experience of being a human. Your judgment of that feeling, right? Your opinion, the way you're showing up in the face of that feeling, that's what's creating the suffering. What if you could accept wholeheartedly, open-heartedly whatever is happening to you, with you, and around you in that moment? Look, acceptance does not mean that the thing will stay the same and it won't change. I think this is what we fear, right? Well, right, if I accept myself at this weight, then I'll never get to my ideal weight. Yeah? Here's my question for you. Write it in your journal or write it in the comments. What are you ready to accept? Where are you ready to step into more acceptance in your life? Share with the community here. I'm hearing a lot of yes. Katie says, I'm in the mush right now. Allison, accept that we are powerless. Yes. Is that the 12? That's the 12 step, right? That's the first one. You are powerless. Accept it, right? You cannot move forward into sobriety / healing without accepting that piece. And this is week 1 of the 5-week breathwork experience, a full 60-minute breathwork journey just focused on healing this acceptance piece in your heart, in your body, in your mind, in your life. Amy says, I need to accept this is a new way of life for me. Yeah, Amy, I see you right now. Yep. I have to accept that I have to live a detox lifestyle. The way that my body is made and how sick I get in the face of the tiniest toxin, I could sit here and go, this is so unfair. This is bullshit, right? I refuse to do this because it's not fair. Who does the it's not fair? Yeah. Right? That's a big story for me. One of 6 kids. None of it was fair. And what's the response I heard as a kid? Well, life isn't fair, which is true. It's not terribly compassionate, right? And yes, Jen, I accept my energetic sensitivity. Yes, absolutely right. Right. Instead of, why am I like this? Why am I so sensitive? Why can't I go out in public? Why do I have social anxiety? Right. I'm a sensitive person. And you know what? Usually, guys, the stuff that we're resisting and not accepting might feel like your curse, but it is often also your gifting. I know it is for you, Jen. Jane wants to accept the change that's going on in her life. Yes, right? So, what's the feeling when you are in resistance to the changes that are happening, right? And how can you stand in full acceptance? I'm going to show you when we breathe. Allison says acceptance is the portal for more, even if we don't understand it fully. Yes, 100% love these answers. Josh says, I want to learn to accept the different perceptions and reactions of those around me. Who agrees with Josh here? I want to accept that things are not okay. Yeah. Mel, I have to accept a slower pace when I really want to run hard and fast. We're going to talk about that in just the next point, Mel. Thank you for bringing us there. Accept that my problems are my lessons and helping me grow and not something to avoid. That's it, guys. Look, listen, we are all trying to be more comfortable in these moments, right? We're not bad people. We're not limited people. You're here at this event, right? You are drawn to this message for a reason. And I want to move on to the second foundation here, which is safety. I want to talk about safety because this plays into the whole foundation of your ability to heal. Safety is connected to your survival. We are wired to need to and want to feel safe for good freaking reason, right? As primitive beings, rather, as lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Yeah? And we've got lions and tigers and bears in our world now, lots of them. I think about driving down the highway and cars coming at 80 miles per hour in the opposite direction, just on this side of the meridian, right? To me, those moments, and the reason driving gets me a little bit whoo is that there's like a lions one after the other racing towards me, right? Fear of car accident to death is high on my list of things that get me crazy, right? Your desire for safety is a function of your nervous system. You filter every situation and things into two categories. Is this safe or is this unsafe? You are doing this in every moment. You are scanning for threats. Am I safe or am I unsafe? And because of the way our world is made, most of us feel unsafe most of the time. Raise your hand here. Give me a yes. Let me know that this resonates, right? Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. They're all around. Now, there's no reason to get hopeless about this because there's so much that we can do to access safety in our bodies, right? Tess, I'm glad you're here. So much that we can do. So, talking about the window of tolerance, again, I go into this much deeper inside of the 5 week experience, but you've got a window of tolerance. You have capacity. And then when you spill over, when you're no longer tolerant, when your capacity isn't there, when you become afraid, when you are no longer safe, that's usually when you're behaving out of alignment. That's usually when you're spinning into shoulda, woulda, coulda, or blaming, or shaming, or trying to control, or doing all the things. Or you're just caught in your anxious fight flight response or freeze, fawn response, right? Hyper arousal, constantly looking for threats, hypo, hopeless, frozen, giving up. Yeah. And in between, guys, there is a third option, and it's safety. It's being in your tolerance. It's being able to tolerate. And to me, this is what healing is, being in this place of tolerance, right? It's not perfect. The external circumstances, there's still a hot mess out there, right? But I can tolerate what's happening without flying into rage or irritability. That's really my version. Like, ugh, everyone is grating at my nerves, right? Or down into like, fuck this. This is bullshit. I want to give up on this, right? You are in fear and hopelessness in either one of those states. When you feel safe, you are in a space of love. Give me an amen. When you feel safe, when you are in your window of tolerance, when you have capacity, when I'm with my kids and I'm not overstimulated, when I can be present with them without, oh God, I need to set up earplugs. Why do you keep asking me the same question? Right? In denial, in shame, in blame. I feel unsafe. When I feel safe, I can be present. Yes? Who wants to feel safe? Who wants to feel present in their life? Yeah, this is what most of us want, right? How do we access safety then? How? What makes you feel safe? What gets you grounded? This is what I do in week 2 of the program when we talk about accessing safety. We access safety in the body using practical tools. You guys, I want you to understand something. You don't heal or access safety by trying to talk yourself into it, right? And so many people do this. I do this too. Well, this is absurd. There's no reason for me to feel this way. I should just calm down. I should just be more positive. Let me wish that into existence, right? How's that working out for you? Yeah, we don't shift. Safety is happening, or lack of safety is happening in your body experience, right? You might be having all those mental mind symptoms of chatter or fear and all of the freaking racing thoughts that are attaching to the body sensations and telling you, oh my God, run, or oh my God, hide, right? But this is not a function of the mind. This is a function of the nervous system. This is a function of the body. So, how to access safety? How do we start to feel safe again? This is going to be a little different for everybody, but I really focus on, and in the program, focus on helping you get grounded, helping you plug into the earth. To me, this makes the outdoors our greatest freaking gift because I can walk out there and I know I have an amazing gift of a lot of nature all around me and not a lot of people, but I'm going to challenge you to find as much patches of nature as you can, as many as you can. I can walk outside and get grounded in 10 minutes. I can come out of fear and move into love in 10 minutes outside? How long does it take you in nature, right? And what gets you in that love place, that safe place? Share with the community. What gets you there? Doing a yoga class, right? Listening to a sermon on a Sunday, reading your Bible, breathing. I'm going to give you the breathing version in about 10 minutes. Walking barefoot, says Sylvia. Yes, happy Earth. Oh my gosh, it's Earth Day. That's right. Thank you, Allison, for reminding us. This is the message today. Get outside if you want to get grounded. Yeah. What else? For me, controlling as much as I can my sensory experience helps me get grounded. So earplugs are a really important tool for me when I'm in those situations that get me. But yeah, walking my dog. Gosh, if you have a dog, what a gift, right? The dog is that reminder to you to get outside, to move your body, to breathe in some fresh air. Jen feels grounded when the sun is on her skin. Mel feels grounded when she's ice skating. I love this. Listening to the birds, says Sylvia. Do you guys see how this is a sensory experience here, right? You're talking about touching, listening, feeling. All of the sensations help us get grounded and in our bodies where we're supposed to be. Dancing, vocal toning on the earth, yoga, meditation, music. Yes, Josh, thank you. The listening to music can be so grounding. Yeah, dancing and singing from Amanda. Beautiful. Beautiful, which is taking us right into our final foundation for healing today. Final foundation. So, number one, guys, just to review, was acceptance. A lot of you resonated here. What are you ready to accept? There's your journal prompt. Number two is safety. Accessing that space of love inside of yourself, moving away from fear as a response of the nervous system and coming into that window of tolerance and capacity to be in love for yourself and for others. And number three, foundation of healing. We're already touching on it here as we talk about how to access safety, embodiment, becoming embodied. What does that mean? What does that mean to you to be embodied? In this healing work that we are up to inside the breathwork experience, I teach that you must become embodied in order to move towards healing. You must feel yourself in your body, aches and pains and all, in order to heal. Many of us have left our bodies, and that's what trauma does, right? That disassociation, that cutting off from the parts of you that feel pain where you experienced trauma. That's where constriction, holding, and old energy and emotion become trapped and stored and locked in your nervous system, in your body. This is how dis-ease then develops. There's quite a bit of really interesting research now showing that autoimmune disease is very closely linked to trauma and a traumatic event, right? Where the Western medicine world want us to believe that your body's just attacking itself just because your body is dysfunctional, doesn't work well, it's attacking itself, right? No, your body is amazing and it's trying to repair itself over and over again, but there was a trauma or many traumas that have caused this cycle to begin. And can it be broken? I believe it can. Stress causes disease, says Sylvia. Yes. And fear is hell. I agree. Yeah. So embodiment. Your trauma's in your body. Your mind doesn't have the answers to this, right? Your mind thinks it has the answers to how to help you in every moment. So many of us are so identified with the mind. You guys, so much of what you are thinking is not real and it's not even you. Just because you think it doesn't mean it's yours or your consciousness. Many of us are living a program, running a script. There have been things that were downloaded on your hard drive, right? The way you were spoken to as a child becomes the way you speak to yourself until you reprogram it. Yeah. Do you hear that? Do you feel that the chatter of your mind isn't necessarily yours? right? That's the fear to me, right? What's leading you? What's guiding you? Are you listening to your mind or are you listening to your body? Here's the beautiful thing about becoming embodied, about healing in this way, about moving this stuck, stored energy that's trapped and locked in your nervous system out by way of intentional breath, is that when you become embodied, you can access your intuition and you can access your true gifts. Those of you struggling with purpose, why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? Right? Might be spending a lot of time identified with figuring it out. I can't tell you how often I hear this. I just got to figure out X and then I can heal. That's what's keeping you stuck, right? How about I've just got to feel out X? Let's try that one. I got to feel this out and then I might understand why. But you might not ever understand that quest to have all the answers, to have all the data, to have all the information. Raise your hand if you're one of those people. Well, I just need to do some more research. Is there a book about that, Rye? Right? I just need to understand it more. And then perhaps I can heal it. This was me at 9 centimeters of labor with my first child. I kept asking the midwife, why is this so hard? Can we laugh at that for a moment? If I had a laptop, I would have Googled, why is this so hard? Right? And she kept saying to me, love, understanding that is not going to get you through this, right? Direct your energy to being in what's hard. I was trying to run from it. Perhaps if I can understand labor even more, right? What? Then it will feel less painful. That's a lie. That's fear, right? That's non-acceptance. I was in non-acceptance of the fact that there was a baby about to crown and come out of me. And I was going, oh my God, make it stop, right? And then I helped other women labor and realized, oh, in transition, about 90% of women say, like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I'm not alone. Josh, wait, you mean I'm overthinking? Yes. You are not your thoughts. Yeah, and this is where the conventional advice is like, well, more meditation, right? Sitting more in silence. How many of you can feel a real shift happen when you meditate? I meditated for almost 10 years. I love meditation, and breath work is a meditation. I'm not knocking it. And when you are out of your window of tolerance and in that fear space, meditation is like kind of inaccessible, right? The mind just keeps chattering. I'm supposed to just observe it. Yeah. Breath work allows us to get in the body to shift out of that fear state and be in that love state, that presence state. So, how do we do it? How do we stop identifying with the mind? We don't fight with the mind. We get back in the body. Okay. What's resonating here? What's resonating with you? And what journal prompt can I give you for this embodiment piece? Hmm. Yeah. How can you get in your body? What gets you in your body? There's your prompt. What gets you feeling yourself and out of your head? More of that. Yeah. Let's put breath work at the top of the list because in just a few minutes, we're going to transition into our 17 minutes of breath together. And we're going to get a chance to feel into all three of these foundations I've touched on today: acceptance, safety, and embodiment. Three key pillars for moving yourself into that space of love, space of healing. I want to be clear, when you are in that fear space, hyperarousal and hypoarousal, when you are in that space, the space that most of us are spending a lot of time in, you are not healing. And even a conventional doctor will agree with you on that one, right? That's their, oh, stress kills, right? That's that stress state that they're talking about. Your body cannot repair when it's in that mode. Your body's just focusing on like helping you survive. Yeah. I'm asking myself, why is it so easy to ignore what my body wants and listen to all the chatter? Do we have any insights for Chelsea there? It's a really beautiful question. And I've asked it to myself, to my therapist, to my coach, and to my journal many times. Why is it so difficult to give myself what I need? Right? Why are we not designed so that my body has a cue and then I say, oh my goodness, I would love to meet that need for you, body? Anybody know why? To me, that's the conditioning and the programming, right? We are taught to put others first. We are taught to ignore our bodies. We are told as children, many of us were. And look, our parents didn't know this stuff, okay? This nervous system stuff is really new, really new. I was told, suck it up, button it up. Your crying is annoying. Your crying is an inconvenience to this family. Right? And what happens when my children have big emotions? I stand here and I teach you all, let's accept emotions, let's work with emotions. When my kids have big emotions, I'm like, oh dear God, we need to shut this down. Right? Yeah, fear can be loud. That's exactly right, Katie. And that can be rewired, right? What you give your attention to becomes your wiring, it becomes the patterning. We know now neuroplasticity tells us we can rewire, we can change that. And that's the work we're up to in here. That is the work of transformation, repatterning that piece. But the more you give your attention to the fear, the more you allow the fear, the more you feed that wolf. You know, the story of the two wolves, and the boy says, which one wins? And the old man says, the one you feed, right? The one you feed will always become stronger. And so that doesn't mean don't be afraid, la la la, right? It means doing these foundational pieces, getting embodied, accessing safety, accepting what's in front of you in order to begin the process of rewiring and repatterning. Yeah, Josh, seems like the grounding practice you mentioned would be a good way to quiet the chatter. Josh, I'm glad you're here because breathwork is my number one tool, and that's what we're going to transition into now. Breathwork is the number one tool for quieting that chatter and getting into the body. Let's prep for the breathwork now here. So in the 5-week breathwork experience, you are well equipped to go and have come with me, have a 1 hour journey. We meet for 90 minutes live once a week inside the breathwork experience. There's 2 live sessions per week. You choose one to come to. Talk more about that on day 3. But when you commit to sitting, to getting quiet, to doing breath work, whether it's with me or someone else or Wim Hof on YouTube, guys, I don't care how you do it. When you commit to creating that safe space for yourself to breathe, energy moves. Energy moves. Energy looks like emotion. Energy looks like tingles. Energy looks like waves of knowing. Energy looks like maybe the mind chatter getting louder and then getting quieter. Here's what I love about breath work, you guys. You don't have to fight with your mind. Don't you dare, while we're breathing, any one of you try and clear your thoughts or clear your head. Your mind is going to chatter. How about we accept it? Let's try acceptance of the chatter and see what happens when you accept that. Right? I'm never going to tell you inside of any of our work together, okay, take that part of you and put it over here, right? Take that part and just ignore it. Tell that part to be quiet. Right? That is the fastest way to create more fear. That's separating you from all the parts of you. In this work, you guys, I'm asking you to embrace and love and draw closer to all the parts of you. This is true acceptance, right? Accepting that you are a complex dimensional being with a lot of different parts and a mind that likes to chatter. Let it all be here. Let it all be here during the breath work. The work is moving the air. The work is not, I got to clear my mind. Moving the air will clear your mind. Well, we'll do something. I'm not going to make any guarantees. I'll ask you at the end, what did moving the air do for you? Thank you all who are being so supportive about the program. Yes, some of you will be coming back for your 3rd round, I hope, because this work works. Breath work works. For getting embodied, for accessing safety, for shifting into that space of love. Let's talk about the breath work we're going to do here today. 17 minutes to my royalty-free playlist. So no fun music that you'll be able to recognize because YouTube and Instagram will shut my ass down in about 30 seconds with all their robots scanning for for scammers, but we've got 17 minutes planned together, and I'd like to prep for it now with you. So you may feel a little uncomfortable when you're breathing. If you've never done this before, give me a wave. If you've never really done my breath, if you've never done breath work with me, everyone's going to have a different style. Like I started with Wim Hof. If you don't know who he is, he's the Iceman. He's really the person who's responsible for bringing breath work to the mainstream. Breath work has been around forever. This was reserved for the monks high up on the mountain and the powerful, and reserved for people in power because it was considered powerful and dangerous. Just like psychedelics, right? Oh no, you cannot have those. They will shift your consciousness. They will wake you up. They will connect you to you. This is far too dangerous, right? All of this is coming back, and we have these incredible tools for transformation and healing. Just Wim Hof. Yeah, Wim's awesome. And it's a super masculine approach, right? It's like breathe as hard and as fast as you can for 30 breaths and don't stop no matter what, right? My approach is trauma informed, which means that everyone is going to need a slightly different speed and depth and pace for their breath. I'm never going to tell you, do it like this and don't stop no matter how uncomfortable you are. That's a fast way to get re-traumatized if you've got a lot of constriction in your body. Now, some of you are like, bring on the hardcore. Great. Lean in, come to your breathwork edge if that feels good. And if you start to feel lightheaded, if you start to feel like a little too tingly, if you start to feel that pain in your shoulder or that scar from your surgery start to talk a little too loud, please honor your body, right? This is acceptance and embodiment and accessing safety. We're going to practice that you to you in this session right now. So we're going to use 2 breaths today. No. Okay. Here's the thing about this breath work, Josh, and everybody, you can't do it wrong. 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 Your only work is to move the air. If I tell you we're moving the air like this, in through the nose and out through the mouth, I call that the halo breath. You can do it real slow too. And you're really stuffy and you're like, well, I can't breathe through my nose, right? Do not leave. Breathe through your mouth. Go slow. Yeah? Can't do it wrong. Really, we're just exchanging oxygen for CO2 in the body, and then we're holding our breath to let the energy move out. Now, tomorrow we will focus on the concept of releasing. So we will really get into how to let energy move, what that looks like, making noise, moving your body, all of that. For today, I want you to just tune in to the sensations and the experience of moving energy in your body. That's it. After the breath work is over, we will go right until our end time. When it is over, you're welcome to stay. Remember that on day 3, there will be a drawing for a full-size bottle of CBD. Please come back tomorrow and Sunday at 10 a.m. If you miss any of the live sessions, don't worry. Make sure you're signed up for the challenge. You can visit the link in my bio. If you're on Instagram, visit the Hope for Healing Breathwork video on YouTube to get the link and sign up. You'll get the replays by email. And you got to be signed up to win this or the full scholarship to the 5-week breathwork deep dive. I would love to have you. Okay, everybody, please find yourself a spot to get settled in. You can sit down or you can lie down. Please don't be standing up in a bathtub or driving while doing this work. You can come back to the breathwork portion later if you're doing any of those things. I prefer to lie down for breathwork that's longer than 10 minutes just because the effort of holding my body up and also feeling energy move can be a little much for my chronically inflamed body. But if you are lying down, please don't put a pillow under your head. Lay flat. Okay, let's get started with the breath. I will guide you the whole way. And in fact, let's just do a couple breaths here at the start to practice. So the breath is in through the nose and out through the mouth. One of the 2 breaths. I call this the halo breath because it's one continuous breath. Let's do it together here. If you are prone to anxiety, if you start to feel racy, if it feels like too much at any point, focus on making your exhale really long. Get all of that air out. In fact, those of us who get super anxious often aren't exhaling. We're breathing in, but we're not breathing it back out again. Let it all come out of your body. So long exhales today. We're accessing safety. The goal here is not to get blown out and feel unregulated, right? The goal is to feel ourselves embodied, safe, and in full acceptance of the experience that's happening. I'm giving you permission right now to go as slow or as fast as you like, and even to stop at any point if you want. I will just ask that you don't leave. Stay in the container here. There's still a healing to receive, even if you're not actively breathing with us. But even if you stop breathing, you're still breathing, right? So you can't do it wrong. All right, I'm going to get the music queued up here. And I'm going to ask you to drop in. If at any point the music is too loud or too soft with someone, just let me know. It is playing on a separate device, so it's not going to be perfect, but it'll be just enough to keep us in this sacred container and space for 17 minutes here. Dropping into your body. Don't worry about your breath yet. Just feel yourself here. Mind chatter. Hello. You're here too. Physical pain in your body. Hello. I accept you. I see you. Allowing your eyes to close if they're not already, or your gaze to drop. We'll take a moment here just to set an intention. What do you want to receive? Or what resonated from the talk, from our conversation, that you want more around? Show me what it looks like to accept during this breath work. Show me what it looks like to feel safe as we breathe. Show me what it feels like to be embodied. Just getting clear on that intention for yourself. And if it's supportive, taking a moment here to invite in and connect to your spirit team or your highest self. This is a safe container here. Nothing can come in that you're not ready for or that you're not inviting. Any well and wise grandmothers that may be with you, grandfathers, any guardian angels, ascended masters, and whatever name you use for God. Support us, protect us, and guide us today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to start real slow with that halo breath, guys. In through the nose, if you have nasal access, or the mouth. And then that long exhale. That's it. It's a simple breath, but it's a powerful breath. And it's our only breath here today. So you're free to explore how it feels coming into your body, expanding with the breath, and how it feels when you contract and release and let go of that breath. That's it, just like that. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You may wish to bring a little bit more intention to the breath, to move a little bit more air. Like an ocean wave coming in and out. That's it. If it's helpful to feel the ground beneath you, holding you up, supporting you, letting you know you're safe to move air. That's it. In and out. If your mind is chattering, don't fight with it. Bring your intention to the breath. On that inhale, can you invite the breath to come right up to the parts of you that feel pain, that feel tight? That's it. It can be long and slow and easy. Transformation does not have to hurt. Becoming gentle with yourself is oftentimes a pivotal part of shifting into that space of love and acceptance. That's it. We're going to take a hold in just a minute. I want you to take a few more of these halo breaths at your pace, at your depth. Accepting whatever is here, whatever sensations, emotions, all a part of you, of this healing, of this moment. In just a minute, on your next available inhale, we're going to hold our breath at the top. So pulling in air and holding, retaining here. Only for as long as it feels comfortable for you. But feeling yourself expanded. Feeling energy moving perhaps. Anything that's ready to be released. Rushing down your body, your arms and your legs and going right into the earth. Permission to release that hold when you're ready. Not going right back into any active breath for a moment, just feeling what's here. There's no wrong sensations. Practice accepting whatever discomfort or sensations are coming through. They are happening for you. Now, coming back to our halo breath for another round. You're doing beautifully. We're about halfway through the breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. If you wish to bring more intention or depth for this round, you can make a little noise on the exhale. I find it incredibly helpful for staying with the exercise. It's like a sigh of relief on that exhale, right? What are you relieved about today? That you have a tool, that you have some foundational pillars for your healing. In through the nose, filling yourself up with the air your body so craves. And then full release, full exhale, full acceptance in that letting go. That's it. You're doing beautifully. If you need to take a break, if you need to hold your breath, we'll take another hold in just a few minutes together, but give yourself what you need in order to feel safe to continue with our session. That's it. Beautiful. A few more of these halo breaths or mouth breaths if you don't have nose breathing available today. Slowing down when the sensations are taking you out of feeling safe. And then feeling yourself on the earth, in your body, safe to feel, safe to breathe, safe to move this energy from your nervous system. If you're feeling any emotion, you're okay, you're safe to feel it. See if you can send the breath right to that tight lump in your throat or the ache in your heart, the grief in your belly. And let the energy move. That's it. Let's take a hold now. Pulling in all of your air. We're going to start with a top hold. And when you release it, whenever you feel ready, we'll go into a bottom hold. At your pace, transitioning from that top hold. If it's available to you, down to a bottom hold, that just means holding your breath with no air in your body. Only for as long as it feels safe. You're becoming more embodied right now. You're dropping into the practice of acceptance. And you are safe to experience it all. We've got one more round of the breath. I know you can do this. You are stronger than you think, and you're stronger than your mind will let you know. Coming back when you're ready to full intentional halo breaths, your depth, your speed. That's it. Just keep the air moving. You're safe to feel. You're safe to heal. You are safe to feel this energy moving, creating space in you for the healing and the transformation that you hope for. That's it. Just another minute here of the halo breath. Really coming to your breathwork edge. If you're experienced here, tuning in to the desire of your body, of your heart, perhaps not the desire of your mind in this moment. Right? I see you, mind. I know you might be uncomfortable. It's just air. It's just sensations. Making that exhale nice and long. Beautiful. So close here. Just another 30 seconds of breath. Really bringing yourself to accepting whatever is here. If you want to do a few sigh breaths here, in through the nose and a little bit of noise out through the mouth, sighing audibly as you release with a tone. We're going to take one more hold here today. Final hold, final work of the practice. Invitation to start with a bottom hold now. Blowing out your air and just pausing. At the bottom, only as long as it feels safe. And when you're ready to breathe in through the nose, if possible, to full capacity, sipping in, sneaking in as much air to get to this top hold. And then feeling yourself in this expanded state. You may wish to tilt your heart forward or your chin up in a posture of hope. Allowing the healing to happen just by holding here. Anything, any energy that you've moved, you can imagine it falling out of your body. Let the earth absorb it and take it. And when you're ready to breathe again, no effort now, no work. Just be here and feel, accept whatever is here. There's no wrong way. Draw it closer. If it's helpful to place a hand or two on your body, one at your heart, one at your belly, or wherever your body is asking for contact. We'll just take a moment here in silence. And gratitude. What are you thankful for in this moment? Let it bubble up from your heart, not your head. Thank you for the healing that's happening for those live and those watching the replay. Thank you for the gift of the breath and this free and accessible tool that we have at our disposal all the time for shifting our state from fear to love. Thank you for the foundations of healing that we learned today. Show us acceptance. Show us the path. Help us access safety in those moments when we're afraid. And continue to reveal how embodiment heals. Thank you for our bodies. Thank you for this day and this time together. Guide us, support us, and protect us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. I want you to go slow if you're feeling like something has shifted in the last 17 minutes, right? Or don't want to jump up and start to do a bunch of things and right go out of that window of love. Stay right in this energy. If you have the capacity to come to the chat and you want to share what's here for you, you may. I want to remind and invite you to come back tomorrow. It will be a completely different breath pattern, a completely different journey. That is a little 17-minute version of what you receive for 60 minutes per week inside the 5-week breathwork experience. It is profound what journey work can do for us. Whether you are going to journey with psychedelics or journey with the breath, it doesn't matter. It's essentially accomplishing the same exact thing. You're going within. You're going within. You're allowing your body to be the healer. You're connecting to your guides and your God to have a spiritual experience if that resonates with you. Katie, I'm so glad you came. She feels so much peace. I'm thrilled. Thank you for healing me. Sylvia, you are healing, you love. God is healing you. I am a facilitator of healing, but I am not healing you. I appreciate that. And I know the intention you're coming from there. You came today. You did the breath work, right? Every single one of you. Allison says, oh, I'm back home in my body. So good. Yes, that's where we want to be. Thank you for being here. You are a beautiful, complex, messy, wonderful being. And I am holding so much hope for your healing today. Give me a wave if you feel more hopeful right now than you did when we started. Right? I love journeying with you too, Jen. Thank you. She's feeling that peace. Yes, you guys, this is the love space. This is the window of tolerance. This is when we have capacity for life, right? This is the healing zone. And it took a little bit of breath to get you there. How are you feeling, Josh? How are you feeling, Laura? Still with Amy? Mel says, I'm crying. My grandfather came to me at the end. I feel very safe. Wow, Mel, thank you for sharing that with us. I'm so glad you're here today. I'm looking forward to having you here tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. See if you can carry some of this energy into your day. Yeah? What does it look like to bring hope into your day, to bring hope into your thinking? Don't be hard on yourself when you go back, right, to all the ways that we're conditioned and programmed to be. It takes time to transform. Freedom Flow Goddess is grounded now. Amanda, thank you. Beautiful work. I'll see you all tomorrow. I have hope for your healing. Now maybe you do too. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.